Okay, so before I start the new tour, I just want to make a special note ahead that the reason for the new studio update is really designed for a few things: ergonomic improvement and focus. And a lot of this studio tour is really more about reducing your footprint of gear. Uh, because I'm just going to say right now, there was a lot of cabling, whether it was audio, MIDI, and power in the previous studio setup, which was really designed around hardware for the most part. And while I can't escape hardware, I did keep it down to a minimum. And those of you who've been watching the channel, I've been doing a lot of sampling, and it really has been pretty good, and has allowed me to make these steps, which, to my surprise, allowed me to free up more space and ergonomically be more focused as well. So here we go. This separate setup is really, right here, as you see, is designed for practicing. There's a certain amount of focus, physical and mentally, that you need to have that I wasn't getting out of when I had everything integrated all as one. Because writing and arranging and producing sound and so forth is just a whole different workflow. Then it requires a whole different workflow and focus and ergonomic restraints and so forth that just didn't work well. I mean, you could do it, but it was just a lot to manage again. And so this is kind of the separate area. This can be powered on and ran entirely on its own, even though it is wired into the back end of the main studio. So this works really well. This is the only rack that I have of gear, of rack mount gear, and as you can see, it's mostly audio interfaces and whatnot. Just one module in there. The module, even though the 5080 is replicated in the Phantom, the SRX cards that are in there, I still have some work to do on those and sample some of the sounds. So that remains in there. Whether that 5080 gets replaced by the 990, which it might, it just depends. So I might have to do some tweaking down the road. This is where really everything got cleaned up and ergonomically more focused. And this is like the writing studio, remember? So I needed, I always needed space for more speakers. But more importantly, also I had to have a room for, my master controller. Even though the Phantom has got a great keyboard, quality keyboard, keybed, I still prefer the old Phantoms and the old motifs and so forth. Even the DX7 original had a really keybed that just I preferred more. But to be able to have this section that you're looking at here, the drum pad controller, the actual typing keyboard, the iPad and mouse, to have that all in front of you without them conflicting or any kind of physical ergonomic restraint was really tricky to do. And all these switchers that are here, reaching behind speakers like here, it was just a nightmare, and I had been doing that for a long time. And so the switchers, another big ergonomic upgrade. So that's something to definitely recommend. And of course, even though the Phantom keyboard, it's still pretty good. It has a lot of sound in it. And so it's a good keyboard and sound making machine, and it controls Logic Studio very well. Alas, the MPCX. So the MPCX was another key piece that I use in my workflow. It's great. There it is on the big screen over there running the software. I have it set up so I can run it by itself, standalone, and I can run it with the software. So I can do either or. And last here, just the two synths that made it. Again, the Roland Phantom keybed. It's a great keyboard. It's still got great sounds. And then the JD 800, can't say enough about it. That's a board I always wanted. They're hard to get right now. So this concludes really, the studio setup has been really reduced down to really maybe half the amount of gear, if anything less than that. So the one piece that I think I'm going to get rid of is this rack. I'll probably get one custom made that will go to the length of the floor and probably level with this desk here, this table, and I'll have it match the wood. Other than that, pretty much everything is pretty good, and it's just a matter of tweaking and refining as I go. So any suggestions, comments, questions, just please leave in the comments, and please don't forget to click subscribe. It really does help the channel a lot. And until next time, peace out.